Hi everybody, we will continue solving exercise number 7. We will solve in this lecture part 4 and part 5. So in part 4, required to prove that the straight line D of equation y equal x minus 1 is an asymptote. In other words, required to prove that this straight line D is an oblique asymptote to the curve C. So the first step to prove an oblique asymptote is to evaluate the expression of x minus the equation of the straight line. So here I will take the first expression of the function f because it can be simplified easier. So you will have x minus 1 plus 4 over x minus 2 minus the equation of the straight line, which is x minus 1. Then x minus 1 and minus x minus 1 is 0, and you will get the simplified expression 4 over x minus 2. You can take the second expression of f and you will get the same answer. So if you take the second expression of f, then you need to make a common denominator, then to simplify the numerator expression, and the answer should be 4 in the numerator over x minus 2. Now you need to find the limit at plus and minus infinity of the expression of x minus yd. Then you need to replace x by plus or minus infinity in the simplified expression of f of x minus y. So you will have 4 over plus or minus infinity, and any number over plus or minus infinity is 0. Then the limit of f of x minus yd is 0, and then you can conclude that the straight line y equals x minus 1 is an oblique asymptote at plus or minus infinity, when x is plus or minus infinity. Part 5 is to study the relative position between the curve C and the oblique asymptote D. So you should draw the sign table of the expression of x minus yd on the domain of definition of f. So first of all, you should plug the domain of definition, which is between minus infinity 2 and between 2 plus infinity. Now, since f of x minus yd is different from 0 for every x belong to the domain of definition, then it remains to determine the sign of this expression between the two intervals minus infinity 2 and 2 plus infinity. So in order to determine the sign of this expression, take any value between minus infinity and 2, 0 for example, then replace x by 0 in the expression, and you'll get 4 over minus 2, which is minus 2, which is a negative number, and then the sign of x minus y between minus infinity and 2 is negative. Similarly, between 2 and plus infinity, take for example 3, then plug 3 in the expression of x minus yd, and you will get 4 over 3 minus 2, which is 1, 4 over 1, which is 4, positive 4, and then the sign of x minus y between 2 and plus infinity is positive. And now you can determine the position. So when f of x minus y is negative, then the curve C is below D, and when f of x minus y is positive, then the curve C is above the straight line or the oblique asymptote D. As an homework, try to do part 6 and 7.